Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. How you guys doing? We're here. We made it, guys. We made it. Final day, final game of the season. Ah, it's been a funny season. 38 games. It's gone quickly. I feel like this season has gone quickly. And 1-0 last game of the season. Can't ask for much more. Building up to the biggest game of the past 13 years of Inter's decade, last 13 years of Inter's history. And yeah, we're here, guys, today. Last time for this, the last time this season for the league, and then obviously the build-up will start for the big game in Istanbul. But yeah, 3-0 Inter 1. We are ready for Istanbul. Screenshots as usual prepared for you guys. Everything, we'll get some statistics up, but obviously you want to get your thoughts and feelings on how the season has gone and all that kind of stuff. Banter, of course, because today we've got a beautiful talking point. This guy, we might have the best goalkeeper in the world on the bench, or even not even on the bench sometimes. Our third goalkeeper, this guy, Alex Cordas. We've never ever seen him play for Inter. This guy, Primavera product, by the way. So you can't even say Inzaghi doesn't play young players. This guy is a Primavera. I'm joking, but he is a Primavera product. And this guy made a massive, say, first ever appearance for Inter, probably last ever as well, because his contract is expiring at the end of the season, like many others. And I can see for a lot of you, like Emil, it was actually the highlight of the match, seeing big Cordas playing. But yeah, funny little banter. Gagliardini as well. Handanovic, is this his final game? Who knows? We'll find out. D'Ambrosio, Skriniar, obviously is his last game. He didn't play. Lots of interesting talking points today before we talk about Man City and all that kind of stuff. Of course, the usual Interisti negativism, starting with Edin. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if we compare this game to any type of game we'll play against Man City, will be destroyed. But the fact that Gagliardini played, I think Inzaghi was trying to play with one man less. It was like, let's play with 10 men and prepare for Man City. I think that was his thinking behind that. I think he prepared the guys quite well for that. Balta, yes, Istanbul, here we come. White Suburban again. We'll miss White Pogba. Talking about Gagliardini, yeah. I guess one thing with Gagliardini going is that the Inter fans won't have their scapegoat anymore now. So let's see who the scapegoat will become. It's not going to be Gagliardini anymore. I wonder who the next scapegoat will be. And yes, Nikhil, as I've also put in the scroll down below, things that go on. There's always something negative going on in the world, but sometimes some events that are a little bit more impacting than others. And I don't know if you guys heard, the home country of my parents, or where I originally am from, India, Odisha. There was a train disaster, over 300 people deaths, or 300 people died. So thoughts and prayers with the family and friends of those people, and rest in peace to the people that died. Horrible stuff. So just a little thought to start the stream, as of course we're going to try to be positive in this stream today, but a little sad note to start off with. But thank you, Nikhil, for reminding us. I don't know, Christian Potato, I didn't expect to see gags for 90 minutes now. I don't think any of us were. No youngsters, some of the predicted lineups, they were going mad. As I said in my previous stream last time after the Atalanta game, first I was like, yeah, put the youngsters out. But then by the end of the stream, I was like, nah, you need to keep the guys. It's still a week to the final. If you don't play some of these guys, 2 weeks is too long of a time. You need to keep them match fit. But Inzaghi, when we didn't see, there was rumors of Curatolo, the strikers, potentially playing. He didn't play. Akin Sanmiro, the Nigerian young kid, he didn't play. No, Zanotti's at the World Cup. But yeah, we didn't even Slani. We saw Bellanova. But yeah, again, Inzaghi, when we come to make our grades and finals, we'll make a stream just based on, final review of the season. That is going to be one sticking point with Inzaghi, is like this usage of the youngsters, development, not been particularly good. Today is one of these types of matches, are the matches where you do, play like, how you played Cordas, even though you 1-0 up. Any other game, you'd be scared because that's a scoreline that you need to hold. But today, clearly it's the last game of the season, you're allowed to. And now top 4 is already been confirmed. Status top 4. So, what's the pain? What's the hold up in playing the youngsters? But again, nothing there. We got lucky to win that game. I don't know how Torino didn't go. Yeah, definitely Torino should have got a goal. I think they got more XG than us as well. At the end, Sanabria, Pellegrini, they missed a lot of chances. But we've also we know how this season has gone, guys. How many times this season have we been punished where the other team has created 1 or 2 chances max and we've created 15, 16, and the other team comes away and wins. So our luck has definitely changed towards the end of the season compared to the beginning of the season. So yeah, it is what it is. We finished the season 72 points. Not too bad, but obviously nowhere near. We should be definitely in the 80s minimum. That should be always the aim with this Inter team. Continue feeling that we definitely underperform massively in the league, but it is what it is. Nick Knox, are you sad? Are you sad about your boy? I'm sure you're sad. One of the few people that's really sad for your boy Gagliardini to be leaving. It's a weird comment to say, yeah, I think it's because, Napoli won it ages ago. Not even when they officially won it. Like, we knew they won it, was it back in February, March? It was crazy. So it's been a bit weird like that, the Serie A end. And then even the top 4 race, even though it was crazy for a while, and then that the Juve 10 points deduction just kind of killed all that off as well. So yeah, it's a weird ending to the season in Serie A. And even the relegation race is not too exciting. I mean, Spezia and Hellas are fighting until the last day now, but it's not really that exciting. So I know what you mean, Christian. Mattia, I'm glad you enjoyed your time in the Atalanta game. Still waiting for that vlog. Where's that vlog, brother? Where's that vlog? I'm joking. But thank you for all season, all of you guys. But especially a few shouts out to guys like Mattia, who's always in here reminding people to like the stream and stuff like that. Ahmad as well, Hakan FC, always in here. Appreciate you, Marcello, Indro, Eduardito. He's always here. Where has Cora's been all along? Yeah, exactly, man. Where has this demon we've been saving up? Maybe we should renew him again. Yeah, clear of Manyan. I can't tell. 90 minutes for Lukaku. Yeah, let's see, Michael. We know Inzaghi. That's another thing with Inzaghi. We know he's got these predetermined rotations, which usually means if certain plays one game, especially with the strikers, when Correa and Dzeko and everyone was fit. Yeah. Does that Lukaku completing the full 90? Does that mean Lukaku is not starting? I hope not, because I think Lukaku today was one of the better players today. He could have had 2 or 3 assists today, to be honest. Lukaku, he had 1 assist for the Brozovic goal, but he should have had 2 or 3, really and truly. Should have had a goal as well, if we're going to be harsh on him, if we're going to be accurate. But I hope not. You guys know my thoughts. I think 90% of the Inter fan base knows that what the front 2 they want for the final is Lukaku, Martinez. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I've got a feeling that it will be Dzeko Lautaro for the final. And you can't even, as I said, I can't even complain. Dzeko has started all the Champions League games, so clearly Inzaghi's, you can't say he's got it wrong until now. But I feel like he shouldn't be starting players based on loyalty and what he's done up until now. He should be starting guys on form and what they provide. In terms of what Lukaku provides with his physicality, he's back to pretty much in terms of fitness. He looks like that Lukaku that we remember. And we don't have a player like that. World Cup performance. Oh, come on, animation girl. I think, unlike Man City today, they had a final to play. For us today, it was kind of a meh game. There was not much expectation. There was not much hype. It was more just, keeping fit. We got 3 points. I think the fact that we didn't lose, I think is great because, you don't go into that City game with a loss. Now, we go into the City game with a clean sheet, a win, even playing, a third goalkeeper, rotation, Gagliardini. I think it's a pretty good performance all in all. That second half was pretty sloppy, but I thought that first half was pretty good. No, actually, I said with Gagliardini, guys, I actually literally said, because this guy was trying to score. It's his last game. He was trying to score. I don't know if everyone noticed. I tweeted it out. He was actually wearing, so I think his daughter was going to be 1 year old today. I think it's her birthday. Um, and I think he had like a little message there for her if he scored, and you can see the smile. He tried a 30-yard volley. I don't know if you guys saw. He thought it was Gundogan today. Gundogan scored amazing. Both two of his goals today, Gundogan in the FA Cup final, were amazing. Um, but yeah, he tried to score it, and then he had this shirt underneath, and he had other chances as well to score. So actually, I was hoping he would score. I was hoping he would score for sure. Last game again, as I always say, I don't have people that boo players and things like that. Like I don't have anything impersonal against the players. Yes, Gagliardini hasn't been good enough for Inter for a few seasons. He's probably overstayed his welcome, but I have nothing against him. And yeah, I would have been happy to see Gallia scoring. And yeah, again, Indra said no injuries this game. People were like panicking, saying that, oh, he shouldn't be playing Lautaro, Lukaku, these guys. But yeah, great. No injuries for anyone as far as we know. Hope I don't jinx it. Di Marco was rested. Apparently, he had a bit of a muscular fatigue. Acerbi, Barella didn't start. I think all in all, pretty good preparation to that game. Pretty good preparation. Next thing goes Sharma, yeah. Oh God, we'll have to pick someone, isn't it? But we'll have to pick someone. Bellanova, yeah, we'll see. Balkan Warrior, we'll see if Bellanova. He's one of the question marks. We have the option, unlike Aslani. Aslani is definitely staying. We had a obligation to redeem from Empoli with Bellanova. It was a 3-4 million we paid for the loan, and then it was a 6-7 million to take the option to buy. I'm pretty certain that they will try to negotiate that down, the option to buy. But we'll see. That's definitely one of the question marks to talk about this summer. I wouldn't be against keeping Bellanova. He's definitely not ready for a team like Inter, but I don't think Inzaghi helped him with the amount of time that he gave him. So yeah. Nick Snox is wearing his Gagliardini jersey. Yeah, I'm sure you would have loved to see this guy scoring on his last league game. I had to just clarify on Twitter his last league game because one thing today, we didn't get to see Mkhitaryan on the bench either. I think so. I don't think he's going to start the Champions League final, but if he's not fit even for the Champions League final, that means that this guy Gags is gonna play probably some part of that Champions League final. So it's not his last game for Inter. I think we are gonna see Gagliardini in Istanbul, guys. I'm warning you now. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. We have a week before the final, a lot of time to rest for Lukaku. Yeah, 100%. I mean, even if it was 3 days to go, I would say the same for Lukaku. He's a guy that we've seen when he was on the Conte. This guy, week in, week out, 90 minutes. Like, maybe that is the reason why this season he's got those injuries, because of that, the way Conte used them in those years. But yeah, in reality, if this is the Lukaku that we know has returned, then he should be fine to be starting those types of games. Yeah, I'm sure Dzeko, of course, every single player out there, Shakir, will be wanting to convince Inzaghi to start that game. And I'm sure Dzeko is the same. He hit the post when he came on. But to me, it's it has to be Lukaku. And I'm actually happy they got 90 minutes, because it means, that's the thing with Lukaku. He's a guy that you have to keep playing. Like I've been saying it all season, and Inzaghi's usage of him. I mean, I do know he probably wants to be careful after his heavy injury, but he's a guy that needs to be playing back to back games. And that's why it takes him so long to get into fitness. And that's why he literally March, even though he came back to fitness around January, February, it took him that extra month afterwards, and games after games to get really into Lukaku mode. It just takes him so long to get into that fitness, but now he really looks like the Lukaku that we knew. I don't know if you all realize we're on the Champions League final. Yeah, language tours, we do realize, man. When I was watching City, when I was watching them lifting the FA Cup, I was just like, that the build-up is starting now. Like, it's hitting me. Like, we're playing Manchester City, Pep, Haaland, and these boys in the Champions League final. Don't worry, it's gonna be building up soon. Rowan Gag's going to Milan. That's weird. Oh no. You guys get so even in the Discord, you guys get so easily tricked and misled by these Twitter tweets. Like, I saw people were getting misled by fake Fabrizio Romano, Correa to Real Madrid. Like, you guys need to please click on the profile of someone that's tweeted, guys. Like, just take 2 seconds to do that. Wish I could stick around, but we'll say this: I'm not afraid of City at all. Very confident, champs incoming. Of course, I did not expect anything less from you, Tommy. You've been one of the most positive Inter fans since I've got to know you on this channel. Last season it didn't quite work out, the positivity. This season has worked out a lot more, and you know, by the end of the season you might be sitting there with a smug smile on your face, sipping on some limoncello. I mean, he's already this Knicks barbecue boy is already Correa, he's already the scapegoat, but even he, surely it's his last season at Inter. Surely if Gags played the final, he probably ask Haaland for an autograph. Nah, Haaland should ask him for an autograph. You know, he's clear of Haaland. He's got more trophies than Haaland, doesn't he? I'm sure. Are you going to Milan for the final? Nah, I'm not. I know I was saying I was gassing it, but I'm not going. I'm gonna go down to London, I think, with the Inter Club London boys. I'm gonna head down to London, but nah, Milano was just looking too expensive. Istanbul was looking too expensive. Yeah, it is what it is. But I'm gonna enjoy it with some Interisti for sure. Yeah, no, it is not real cartel. I was saying that people were buying into a weird, like a fake Fabrizio Romano tweet from actually someone who was a viewer of the channel. I don't know if he's here right now, but he was the one who tweeted that out, creating the little fake Fabrizio Romano account. But yeah, let's have a look where we are in the league, where we finished up. Here we are. So at the moment, we're waiting on Lazio and Milan to play, but at the moment, we are second on 72 points. Good end to the season, to be honest, even though, of course, still those 12 losses is way too much. It is what it is. It is what it is. 42 goals against as well, way too many. Awful numbers in terms of conceding, like Lazio conceding 12 less goals than us. Napoli 14 less goals than us, and not good. You know, Roma conceded less than us. Juve conceded less. Fiorentina conceded only one more goal than us. That's crazy. People criticize Italiano's defending. Torino conceded less than us. Lecce only conceded one more goal than us. So, you know, issues at the back, mainly at the beginning of the season or the first half of the season. But that definitely caused this issue. And obviously, goal scoring wise, even though we're second in the league in terms of goals, 71 after Napoli 75. Yeah, there's been a big regression in the goal scoring. Some games we missed too many chances. We missed Lukaku. We missed Lautaro at some points, not physically, but just like in terms of form. Dzeko went missing for 13, 14 games or something crazy like that without scoring. That also caused a lot of issues. Not enough draws, to be honest. Even if you draw, even if you end up how, let's say you get 4 less losses and get 4 more draws, you end up, it wouldn't have changed much in terms of, the gap between us and Napoli is way too big. But just in terms of rating the season, it would have changed definitely. After the 10 losses, it just got to the point how many are we going to get now? It's getting ridiculous. It's getting absolutely ridiculous. Then Vries, I'm sure you asked this before. I dropped it after in that video that you asked, but I can just check, reload the stream after this, and I'll drop it in here again. I think the one I have in the pinned description, I think that link has expired. Apologies for that. I need to update that. No, Ferdy, no. Shama, don't be too frugal like our own. Yeah, no. Well, it's there's other things going on in my life. It's been, as I say, it's been very expensive upcoming few months for me. So there's other reasons why I can't do it. Otherwise, I would. Apparently, we're the first club. Well, Indra says, why don't you fly? Yeah, why don't you fly from Indonesia to Europe? Yeah, why don't you stop being frugal? Apparently, we're the first club in Serie A history to have 12 losses and finish second or third. Hey, Inzaghi always creating new records. Thank you, Ahmed. I didn't know about that. That's crazy. That is a crazy record. It is funny. I saw that seeing Man United games play like that with a great chance, bro. Yeah. I watched the game. I see you guys talking about it. I mean, I want to focus on Inter on today's game first, but yeah, it was a good it wasn't a great game actually, to be honest. The Man City Man United game. But you saw, like, as much as, good football, all that kind of stuff, tiki taka, whatever you want to talk about Man City. Well, how did they score? Big lump up to Haaland, head down, headed on, Gundogan from outside the box, boom, 30 yards, goal. Second goal, straight from a corner, De Bruyne, Gundogan, boom, left foot, goal. Two shots from outside the box. They didn't look too good to me. Haaland barely had a sniff, and that was against Lindelof and Varane. So, that's not even the starting duo centre backs for Man United. So, yeah, I don't think they looked, that amazing, unbeatable. Yeah, like, obviously they looked impressive. Like, when they start putting pressure, when they put that, when they're all like, super high line, they all like line up in front of your box, and they just keep harassing you and bombarding you with balls in the box. They are quite scary. But yeah, like Rodri today, like, it seemed like he was kind of out of breath after 60-70 minutes. Even the commentator was saying, like, he looks a bit burnt out. Like, a lot of these guys, they played, just like our players, 50-60 games this season. Some of them will come in with like little, not injuries, but like little, they might not be 100%. Grealish was like okay. But as I said, Haaland barely got a sniff. Like, they're obviously amazing team, but it's yeah, it wasn't a game where I looked at them, I was like, whoa, we're not gonna beat these guys. It was actually a game where we're like, yeah, as Emil said, like, City weren't even that good. Just United made some defensive errors, which obviously we cannot allowed to we can't make any defensive errors because we will be punished. The ball is more heavy in the final. Yeah, that's the thing. All the pressure, they keep saying, all the pressure is on City. All the pressure is on Man City. We have no pressure going into that game. We're just, not saying we're just there to, like, enjoy it. Then, we're still Inter. Obviously, we're going to go there and respect our history, heritage, and badge. But all the pressure is on City. All the pressure is on City. Yeah, I mean, even for me, Acerbi, a great, amazing story. But, I was one of the ones that was defending Acerbi when we signed him. I was saying, guys, you guys are exaggerating. Like, this is just a Ranocchia replacement. Just chill out. But he ended up being even, above De Vrij and probably our most consistent defender this season. So he even surpassed my expectations, this guy. And I have nothing but respect for him. Beats cancer. Beats the allegations of being, Milan sympathizer, or that smile that he gave when he made that mistake against Milan for Lazio. Redemption season, big redemption season. But yeah, let's quickly, just, I don't want to talk about it too much. Just let's talk about this today's game. Oh, Mose, what's up, brother? More pressure even with today's win. With 100%. Now they have to do the treble. They have to complete it. Otherwise, it's it almost feel like a fail if they don't. Like, for Man City, it almost feel like a failure if they don't complete it, because everyone's saying this is the easiest game of their treble. Yeah, we talked about it at the beginning, Mo. Like, I hope that Lukaku playing 90 minutes does not mean that Dzeko plays. I hope that, my prediction is that he will start Dzeko. That's my prediction, because that's what you asked. But my hope is that, for that one-off game, he will change his mind. He wouldn't go to his usual rotations, Mo. That's what I hope. De Vrij was actually good today. De Vrij was actually good, but yeah, the decline has been quite concerning over the last couple of seasons with De Vrij. But let's go into the game today. Let's give a shout out to Nico Barella, who has won his second, not in a row, but second Serie A midfielder of the year award. Whether it's deserved or not, I'm not too sure this season, to be honest. There were guys like Lobotka this year, like Anguissa, like Rabiot, Milinkovic, Savic, those types of guys have been very consistent. I think Barella, of course, Barella's peaks are the best midfielder in Serie A for me, without question. But just like Inter, I'm not blaming it on Barella, but just like Inter, he's had a bit of like a up and down season. Even his admitted in an interview last week. He said, "My season, I've had too many lows, just like our team." And fair play to him for admitting that. But very, very happy for Nico Barella to be winning that and seeing him with Zanetti, our capitano, receiving that award. Shouts out to him. Let's see, actually, what stats has Barella finished the season with in Serie A? I think it must be his best ever goal scoring and assist season for sure. Well, actually, no, assist season was last year. Like, he was crazy in terms of assist numbers last year. But I think G plus A must be his best season this year. Let's have a look. Lautaro finishing the season top scorer and GA 27. Beautiful, beautiful season. Nico Barella 12. So it must be 6 and 6, right? It must be 6 and 6. Yeah, 6 goals, 6 assists. Beautiful, beautiful way to finish the season. 7.36 average rating according to Tottenham. That is very, very high. Market value 72 million, should be about 100 million. But yeah, MVP, Serie A MVP midfielder. What's Mo saying? It doesn't matter if he deserves it or not. I will take it for my player. It's not that there was someone much better than him. Yeah, 100% Mo. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that Lobotka, probably if there was one, just in terms of consistency, like Savic. One thing, even Milinkovic-Savic has finished with crazy stats again this season. And this is an off season for him. But that guy was actually being booed by Lazio fans at some point the last few weeks because he's had a bad drop-off. But yeah, he's finishing the season 9 goals and 8 assists, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But Lobotka, for me, I've been on the Lobotka train since Napoli have signed him. So it's probably like, just a little bit of a bias maybe from me because I've always liked him. But his consistency has been very impressive. Like, he plays game in, game out, and he's not the flashiest. He's probably finished the good season like 1 goal or something and 2 assists, something like that. But that's not his role. He's the recycler. He's the 1 goal, 1 assist. Yeah, he finished. But ever present pretty much for Napoli, and one of the best. Talking about redemptions, this guy was on the big flops when he was signed, but real good turnaround. Confirmed Barella with De Bruyne. Yeah, I mean, some of those things are going to be decided next week, isn't it, guys? When we're talking about those types of things, if Barella has one of those games that he can have, it's But the thing with De Bruyne is, I think Mo's talked about it as well. Like, you shouldn't I don't even think you can talk about De Bruyne as a midfielder anymore. Like, this guy is like an auxiliary striker. Like, when you look at his average positions, doesn't really contribute too much defensively. Like, this guy is just there to spam crosses, spam balls into the box, and through balls. Like, he's given a very, very specific role, whereas Barella, we know has to do a bit of everything. Like De Bruyne is more and more as he goes on, probably smartly as well, because he probably hasn't got the legs to do everything now. He should be seen as more like almost like a second striker, different, almost like a different role. But yeah, going back to that, the game, we had, as I said, first half good, second half sloppy. Lukaku today, he was the epitome, I think, of into today. Like, he was dominating Buongiorno, Zgurs, Rodriguez at the back. Like, he had a really good game. Lukaku, you could see he was hungry to show Inzaghi that he wants the final here. Slips at the wrong time as he shoots. It just finishes wide. There was another moment, I didn't manage to get a screenshot of it. That's those types of moments I think we can get at City. That there was a moment where Lukaku, as he does, like we scored against Atalanta, but it was the other way around. It was, Lautaro to Lukaku. This time it was Lukaku to Lautaro. In behind Lautaro's touch, not quite there. Mo's there. I'm sure he picked him up on it. But yeah, that could have been a goal as well. I didn't manage to get a screenshot, but that was the first few minutes. That's where we can hurt City. Not many teams in England around Europe play with proper 2 strikers like we do. In Serie A they do, because 3-5-2 in Serie A is quite popular, but in Man City won't be used to having a Lukaku and Lautaro, Dzeko will be like 2 strikers near each other together. It's a bit of a different look to what they're used to, and especially if it was the other way around, if it was Lukaku getting in behind, I think it would have been curtains because Lukaku's pace is different level to Lautaro's pace. I'm so happy that this came of Bobby Gags in the league for us. Yeah, as I said, Marvel Lawson. Let's see who the next scapegoat will be now. I don't see who the scapegoat will be. Yeah, I've seen these Gundogan links to Milan, but they're only coming from Zazzaroni, who's a very low tier source, very bad source. Apparently, his wife, Gundogan's wife, is from Milan or something like that. And he's buying a house in Milan, so I think that's why the rumors are heating up. But he's not a Milan type signing in terms of their project. They only sign unless it's a striker, as we've seen, like with Giroud, Ibra, the link with Arnautovic now. They seem to want to sign more experienced strikers, but at the other position, they usually go for much younger profiles. And I doubt their salary-wise, yeah, like Milan, they just renewed Leao now. Like that's gonna take their renewed Theo. Like their salary, they try to keep it quite controlled. Very, very much doubt Gundogan to Milan. I think they'll probably just re-sign Gundogan, to be honest. Yeah, I know, Mo. I know, but that was the whole point of Correa, and he, didn't provide anything. Lukaku will show up in the final. He needs to show off too. Yeah, we hope that Meg the Stallion. I'm sure you guys have seen all those. Rumors. It's pretty much confirmed now that these two guys, if you don't know, female rapper, over 30 million followers on Instagram, big assets. Let's say that. I'm sure. Yeah, we know what convinced Lukaku to pull the trigger there, but. Yeah, we've been joking about it for a few weeks. If you follow me on Twitter, I've been joking about it for a few weeks, and it turned out to be true. And he's been moving different since this relationship. So hopefully she'll be there in Istanbul, and hopefully Lukaku, will show up for her. Any truth to the SMS coming to Inter? I doubt it, guys. I doubt it. I mean, as we talked about it, like in the last stream, he's going to be available. I'm sure Lazio, they don't like losing players for free. So I'm sure they would prefer if they can sell him now to sell him. But again, money-wise, we know Lotito's not easy, and I mean we don't have much money. I think it would only happen if we sell, if the Brozovic or someone big is sold, then that's the only way that we can see that happening. In being realistic, if you want to believe fairy tales that you think we're going to keep Brozovic and Hakan, renew Hakan as well now, and Barella and Milinkovic-Savic, then you can believe that. But to me, that only happens if you get rid of Marcelo Brozovic is 6.5 million net a season, and bring in SMS, and use that money that you got for Brozovic to pay for Savic. That's the only way I see it happening. Scamacca, like when Scamacca went to West Ham, that was the most predictable loan back to Serie A straight the season after. Like whether it's Inter, whether it's Milan, whether it's Fiorentina, whether it's Juve, whether it's Roma, any of these teams should go for Johnny Scams. Yes, it's you guys know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. Indro, she is big famous. SMS always gets linked to us. Yeah, I mean he's been linked to like Man United. If you guys follow like Man United transfer rumors, this guy ever since he's gone to Lazio, every single year, Man United 100 million. Is he going to be signed? The white. If you talk about white Pogba, I mean the Gagliardini one was probably never accurate. But when it comes to SMS, profile wise, what they can do with their physicality, the touch for a big man, goals, assists, that's probably close as it gets to a Pogba SMS. Hakimi again. Hakimi, we've been seeing rumors, not even just this season, last year, that he's not happy at PSG, blah blah blah. But as I said, with Hakimi, what needs to happen is basically what Lukaku did. Hakimi needs to come out in the interview and say, I hate it here, bring me back to Inter, basically break up with like the PSG environment, like, or put like transfer request in, like something needs to happen from Hakimi's side that completely, cancels the relationship between him and PSG, where PSG then are forced to like, loan, like Chelsea had to loan Lukaku to us. That's the only way it happens. Otherwise, we can't afford the transfer fee and the wages he's on now at PSG. Like he more than doubled his wages when he went to PSG as well. So they're gonna have to like pay half of them. So again, Potentially, but a lot of cogs need to move before that something like that happens. So Hakimi needs to come out and do something, and yeah, PSG need to take a big L. But usually they know it's not too hard to take to let PSG take an L because they don't really care the finances and financial fair play. And he also, I keep reiterating, I want him to clear that case that's going on. If you don't know it, like he's been investigated for rape. He's got some allegations going on. I would rather him just kind of, yeah, obviously innocent until guilty, proven guilty, but it's not a baggage that I would want someone to bring over as well. We're talking by death by snoo with that. What does that mean? I don't know what that means, bro. You support a very special club knowing that, yeah, 100% language tours. I mean, like how many players now, not even just like recently, like, when players leave Inter, there's always like, did you make the right decision? Perisic clearly regrets his move. Hakimi, Lukaku regretted it instantly. There's many cases over the years. It's not even like recently. It shows what type of club Inter is, even in like this financial difficulties. Even like we're not even at our best at the moment, but still, it shows. Yeah, but I don't think Denzel is a PSG type of signing, Freddie. I would love that. That would make win-win for everyone potentially, but I don't see that. Yeah, Fratesi as well. We talked about it, guys. Sassuolo won 30 plus million. The CEO said 40 million actually. So only Premier League teams, no Serie A team is going to pay that for Fratesi. And in that Inter team, as I said, I don't even see him to be a starter. I see him to be a backup to Barella, to another midfielder, and potentially becoming that third midfielder at some point, developing. But that's too much. So again, that will only happen if we sell Brozovic or someone like a midfielder in there. That's the only way it happens. Death by Snooze is a joke from Futurama, essentially death by sex. But oh, okay, sorry. I used to watch Futurama, but I don't remember. I remember that that joke. Gosh, hope you're doing well, brother. And coming in a week's time for the biggest game since 2010. Yes, sir. You know it. The build-up is starting. The build-up is going to be crazy. Yeah, 100%. If you ask me between SMS or Fratesi, the choice is easy for me, 100%. And then Vince Chris says, like, even though, SMS is 28, whatever you want to say, but if both of them are available for a similar price, there's only one guy that I'm going for. But yeah, let's get back into the game. As I said, yeah, Lukaku had his chances, and Handanovic again. Was this Handanovic's last game for Inter? I'm not convinced, to be honest. The way that he came off today, guys, I don't know what do you guys think? The way that Handanovic came off today, it didn't seem like a last game ever for Inter. Like, I mean, he's not a guy that's gonna cry. Like, we know Handanovic is quite a cold player. He's not a guy to show too much emotion, but it didn't seem to me like a guy who's been at Inter for over a decade, captain, and this is his last game at Inter. Like, it seemed a bit more chill than that. So let's see. Barzelletti says 1 more year, maybe. I mean, I wouldn't mind again, but he has to take a wage cut. Like, this guy is earning similar to what Onana is earning. You can't have two keepers earning the same, and the backup definitely needs to be earning less. And definitely ability-wise now, Samir, as much as I love and appreciate you, yeah, he needs to like half his wages or something, and only a 1-year contract. I would, if you can't find like Milan are signing Sportiello from Atalanta as the backup, the Neto, that type of backup like a Perin. If you can't find someone free or really cheap out there, then I don't mind it. But then Inzaghi needs to cut it out in terms of giving this guy game time in the Serie A. Coppa Italia, don't mind, but it needs to be like Onana 99% of the time. You can't have this kind of weird dynamic going between Handanovic and Onana. Like, it needs to be Onana full time. But yeah, it was good to see, Onana really, really respects. You can tell Onana really respects Handanovic. He said it a lot of the times. Um, yeah, I mean, if that would be the ideal way. I don't know. In Italy, they don't seem to do it, but in England, they do it more like these testimonial games, they call it. Like I remember Paul Scholes had it for him, like Ryan Giggs, like these guys, like big players at clubs when they go, they have these kind of charity games where they invite like, you know, players, like big players or even retired players sometimes, like just make a big deal, big event out of it. That would be nice for Nanovic to do something like that. But to me, I thought it would be his last game. But the way he came off, I don't know, King Darin. I don't know. He it didn't seem like it was his last game. Bordiora, we're coming for you. Yes, Rodri, Gundogan, Haaland, we are coming for you. We've got something in our pack coming for you. We are coming, as Victor says. Marcelo Brozovic, he saw Ilkay Gundogan's amazing goals today, and he was like, let me show you what I got. Let me show you what I got in the bag. And yeah, it came up through Oko. Yes, it was maybe a mistake or not a great save from Milinkovic Savic. Talking of Milinkovic Savic's brother here, Vanya, not Sergey. This is why he plays for Torino, by the way. You know, letting that go through, not great, but the shot and the build-up play from Inter, the assist from Lukaku, and the finish from Brozovic, top class. And yeah, I think he was probably one of our better players today. Brozovic, probably my man of the match, I would say, maybe. I think, yeah, talking about the Champions League final, I think, I mean, obviously, with Mkhitaryan not being fit now, it's not even a question. But even if Mkhitaryan was fit, I think Brozovic would be my starter for sure. Brozovic would be my starter. You know, with that Man City press, the way they press, we need someone calm and collected, playing up from the back, and you can't find much better than Brozovic out there. Yeah, let's see, Akash, in terms of these rumors. I'm sure Chelsea need a goalkeeper, so I'm sure they will try to do something. But they need to pay. If they do come and they pay Kepa money, it is what it is. You have to sell Onana. But if it's not Kepa money, which is they paid around 70 million, then yeah, I don't think we should sell him at all. But yeah, I hope we don't sell him. But if it gets to that point, then yeah, for goalkeepers, guys, you can't say no. You can't say no. No, Eduardo, if they sell Onana, they will replace Handanovic. Like, I know we like to be, you know, doom and gloom and criticize our ownership and board, but they will reinvest that money if they do sell him for big money. But fingers crossed we don't. Fingers crossed we don't. What would you do if Gag scored over City? Then I'll have to, yeah, Nick's not. If he scores against City, I'm buying, and we win. I'm not buying it if we don't win. But if he scores against Man City and we win, then I'm buying a Gagliardini kit. Record it, stamp it, register it. I will buy a Gagliardini number 5 shirt if he scores. And yeah, the new sponsors. Let's talk about, yeah, good point. Shakira did make a screenshot on purpose for that as well. So Paramount Plus, after all the rumors about, you know, Turkish Airlines and Qatar Airways, it looks like Paramount Plus, no, it looks like they are. Paramount Plus will be the new sponsors for Inter until the end of the season, which is crazy. Because I thought I'm actually kind of sad because I really, really liked the sponsorless kits. I thought they looked really clean. And you guys know me, I'm a bit of like a minimalist, as you can see from my room. So I don't like these busy logos. Like, I think it's too busy, the Paramount Plus logo. It's too much going on. If it was just the Paramount writing or just the mountain on its own, then I would be liking. But the writing and the logo, it's a bit like the Socios one from last year. If it was just, you know, Inter token or whatever it was called, then it was fine. But like the Socios S plus Inter fan token, like it was a bit too much going on. But yeah, interesting. So it's going to be around, I think, 10 million euros. Let me find the right article for this. Let's see if I find it. No, I can't find the actual deal. But yeah, it was around like 10 million euros all in all. So I think it's like 3 to 4 million just for sponsoring this Torino games and the Champions League final. And then they will become, the back sponsors like Lenovo have been the last couple of seasons. So they become next season there'll be Paramount Plus at the back, and there's also an agreement for some type of exclusive content with Inter. So it's quite a big package deal, seems like, which is yeah, not bad work from Inter's directors in terms of, we took that massive L with digital bits, that 25, 30 million, whatever it should have been. And then now obviously recouping some of it. But this is already more than Pirelli ever paid us in one season. So, we missed out, but it's still more than Pirelli ever gave us. So yeah, really, really good deal. It's not 10 million for 2 games, because as I said, it's 10 million. It's like 3 or 4 million for these 2 games, and then they'll go on to the back for next season, and then some content for them. So hopefully, in terms of that content, we I don't know why, but Amazon or Netflix, I don't know why they've never, like, a documentary with Inter would be like a surefire hit. I don't understand why they haven't really gone on that. But if Paramount do, like, that's easy. Like, that's going to be a surefire hit, like behind the scenes of Inter, some sort of documentary like that, or maybe a road to Istanbul. Like right now, like if they send the camera crew now in the build up to that Champions League game, imagine if we win it, celebrations or something like that. I would love it. That would be great. That would be something great. We've never got something like that for Inter. Like Juve have done multiple things. They've done something with Netflix. Like, yeah, we need to be doing something like that. So yeah, all in all, pretty good deal. Yeah, I mean, they missed out massively on the behind the scenes with Conte, or imagine the behind the scenes when Spalletti, Icardi, Brozovic, Perisic, when that drama was going on, the 2018-19 season. They would have made a killing from that. That would have been so much drama. There's always drama into. Perhaps that's also why Paramount, the sponsors, documentary may already be in the works. Yeah, maybe. Hopefully. Yeah, there is a lyrics. As I said to Deviz earlier, is that his name? I forgot. Dan Viz Grizz. That I'll put the link for this Discord chat if you reload this stream afterwards, for sure, because a few people have asked for that. The Uncle Sharma show coming to Paramount Plus, yeah, for sure. But getting back into the game, what else have we got? Yeah, we talked about this. Yeah, Handanovic made a save. He was active today on his final game. He made his save here from Sango. And then here's the Brozovic goal. We talked about this. And then, yeah, these are little things we need to improve before the Man City game. I mean, Dumfries didn't have a bad game today. I'm not going to criticize him, but here, like, you're in a 4v4 situation on the counter-attack. Your decision-making, your final ball has to be on point. Like, you've got Lukaku making the potential run in behind the defender. You've got Lautaro coming short. And in the end, nothing comes from this. So Dumfries, or everyone in general, needs to be, our final ball has to be on point. We can't waste opportunities like this, because we will get opportunities like this. Man City defend very high, like Torino today. Again, the teams that we've played, when you think about it, the teams that we played before this Man City game, we've played Atalanta, we played Torino, these high pressing, high line defensive teams that we've played against. I'm glad that these are the types of teams we played. There's a good preparation for Man City, and you will get, we saw today, Man United didn't manage to take advantage of it, but you will get opportunities like this against Man City, and you can't waste chances like these. Cannot waste chances like these. You have to be clinical. You have to be efficient with the few chances that you will get. No doubt the content will be on Golasso channel, Paramount's new soccer channel. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I don't have Paramount Plus. Actually, the thing is, Paramount Plus is actually in Italy as well. So we don't have it in the UK. But Paramount Plus actually, I think only last year, they moved to Italy. Like they have their channel there. They don't do football, obviously, because Sky Sport and The Zone do it in Italy, but they have like American TV shows and stuff. So it's like, it's not just for the Paramount Plus that they do in America. It's one of those types of things. When we'll do Champions League preview, yeah, just keep a lookout. I'm not sure. I'm trying to see if I can get a Man City fan, but this week at some point, maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. Maybe we'll do multiple. We could do one with the Man City fan and then one just us with the talking, like a call-in show, something like that. But just keep a lookout on the channel. It we'll be doing something. I mean, I don't want to use it. Like it's not like a as guys will tell you, it's decent Paramount Plus, like their coverage, but if you live in the US, it's amazing. Yeah, like $5 for the month, like that's amazing. If you knew how much you have to pay here for like Sky Sport in England, it's crazy. But yeah, I just you watch like the Zone, like the Italian version, or BT Sport here in the UK. It's good coverage. Yeah. As it'll tell you, the commentary is okay. You're not missing too much. Um, no, at Bove, I don't think I know which one that is. I invited someone else. It's from one of Mo's boys. Well, actually, I haven't got in touch with him yet, so I'll have to ask Mo to get in touch with him for me. But it's a guy from Never a Foul. That Juve fan from IFTV is on the Marco Messina. Yeah, I don't know if some FIFA is it's too much going on for me aesthetically. It's okay. I'm happy that we got someone, but the thing is, I'm sure, like Marotta said himself, that UEFA wouldn't allow for like you to change sponsor midway through the season unless it was charitable. So I don't know what happened there, unless they made like a special request, or I don't know how they circumnavigated that. But yeah, I'm happy like monetary wise, but to be honest, I prefer the clean kits. They look really nice. Ciao Shaman, ciao Sean. We practiced suffering today for Inter. Yeah, 100%. We did practice suffering, and that's what we're going to need to do against, as Onana said, against Man City. But let's get back into these screenshots. What we got, we talked about this. Yeah, I said no wastage, please, guys. You have to be more efficient when we play Man City. We cannot miss these types of chances. Oh yeah, we talked about Lord Gags trying to score from 30 yards out. Oh yeah, this is when Dzeko came on. He tried to score. Yeah, he looked pretty decent when he came on. Dzeko, good touches, good play, almost scored. And then Gagliardini here missed. This was probably the one he should have scored. He's good at headers and stuff like that, far post headers, and he missed this chance. The keeper was beaten, but wasn't quite. It would have been a good send off for Gallia. Oh yeah, for sure. For Simi, is much better than digital frauds, 100%. And then here, Andanovic, another save. Karamo, that would have been funny if Jan Karamo scored against us. But Handanovic, reactive. In the past, people would make fun that Handanovic wouldn't save something like that, or watch it go in, or laser eyes, as we like to say, with Samir. But reactive, good save. It was at a comfortable height, but you need to make the save. You can see it's quite angled, and it was quite a powerful shot from Karamo. But great save for Handanovic on maybe his final appearance. And then, yeah, as we said, Kordas, what a legend. Where is the save? Did I get it? Yeah. Kordas, the save. We need to show it again, because that was an amazing reaction save from Sanabria. Yeah, maybe we have the best goalkeeper already in our ranks, and we never knew. We had him all along. No, I mean, yeah, maybe foreshadowing, as I said, I think Inzaghi maybe. My prediction is that he will start Dzeko and Lautaro, but he definitely won't start Dzeko Lukaku. It will be Lautaro. Lautaro is the 100%. Lautarito, 100%. But the final, it will be, in my opinion, Lautaro and Dzeko, but it should be Lukaku and Lautaro. But yeah, Loom, we've been talking about the final in the build up here. I don't know if you missed it, but we're feeling okay. We're feeling confident. Like the Man City we saw today didn't seem too bad. Radu in saving that. Well, I don't know. Radu is actually pretty, in terms of shot stopping and things like that. He's pretty decent. Radu. It's just his like decision making, catching from crosses, and presence and things like that. He's not very good at. Yeah, I mean, in the UK, Shakir is all one-sided. Everyone's saying it's Man City have won it already. Easy. When will the final preview be? As I said, just keep a look on the channel, guys. I don't know. I haven't set a date yet for it. It will be in the coming days. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It will be one of those days. and there probably won't be a reaction straight after, I don't think, because I'll be, as I said, I'm going to try to go down to Interclub London to watch it with those guys down there. So yeah, but final, there will be content coming for sure. Don't worry, guys, for sure. Kora's, yeah, as I said, he's not good. He's a backup third keeper. Yeah, he's 40 years old, or with like, third goalkeeper, barely ever gets to play. He's Primavera, so he helps with like the UEFA squads. If he renews, yeah, it's not a big deal to me. No big deal to me. Simple FIFA will be there no matter what. Yeah, I think Simi's going down to Milan. If you guys manage to go down to Milan and watch it at the San Siro, where they're going to be showing on the big screen, shouts out to you. Lukaku has been proving the beast he once knew. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Let's see what we can work with Chelsea. Might go to Interclub Tunisia for the first time. Oh, nice. I didn't even know there was an Interclub Tunisia. That would be great. Do it, man. 100%. That's what I mean. Like, usually I watch games here by myself, alone in this room. But this one, I'm going to take the L and go watch it with people. And maybe celebrate afterwards if things go well. Eduardo says, overall, I say the season has been season by season progress has been great. 4 years to get to a UCL final, bro. We've been building to be back to the top of Europe. Yeah. As we've been saying all year, like European wise, even last year, like there's nothing to complain what we did against Liverpool last year, and then this year, even better. But the league performances just wasn't good enough. But overall, like, we're gonna remember this season for a long time. Coppa Italia, Supercoppa. Like, this is one of the seasons that we really talk about, that we will remember for years. And of course, it could be memorable for good ways. But even if we don't win against Man City, this will be a very memorable season, because it's been crazy. It's just been like crazy, like 12 losses in the league, but still finishing top 4. But Coppa Italia and Supercoppa, kicking Milan's ass in the Champions League, like, that makes it very, very memorable. Very, very memorable. I'm surprised that there's no Interclub in my city. Whoa, Nick Knox. You know what that means? That means you should maybe create one. Yeah, it's a Pazza Inter season, as Matthias says, for sure. Man of the match, the FOTMOB have given to Brozovic. I think, I'm happy to give it to Brozovic. I think he was the best. Goal, kept things ticking, solid. Let's have a look what his stats were. 1 clearance, 5 recoveries. Not many duels won. That's weird. Not even any aerial duels, but good match all around. Gagliardini, we gotta be honest, it's one of those decent games. Not a bad game from Gaglia today. Can't shit on him for sure today. I think the league performances can be excused. And Viz Grizz says, we stepped up when it mattered and have so far won 2 trophies. Yeah. We'll see. I'll give everyone a chance at the end of the season to give their ratings when we make that stream. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Yeah, Nick's not being Milan in those semis. Like, as I said, like getting revenge for 2003. Those little things do matter. Those little things, like last season, the fact that we beat, like, even though obviously we bottled the title, but the fact that we beat Juve in the Supercoppa final and then we beat them in the Coppa Italia final, like that just added extra, spice to those wins. It just makes those seasons a bit more memorable. Like, I'll be looking back to see when we talk about those seasons, I remember those types of things. Yeah, no, 100%, Emil. We can't excuse it, but you have to add up everything. We can't look at things just specifically just talking about league. We got to look at the totality. But yeah, league performance has not been good. And yeah, Milan, Juve, both of them finishing on, as Jose would say, zero titoli, no trophies, no titles, nothing. They definitely would want to have the seasons we had. We'll be top 2 if Lazio end up as the current scoreline, second by 12 defeats. That would be crazy. I mean, that would look bad on Serie A in general, Alan, if we finish second with 12 defeats. we still have the best team in the league. Second star is a must next season. Yeah, that's obviously, you know, the fact that we didn't add to this star. I want to get it before Milan. Like, we have to get this before AC Milan. Like, we have to get this second star. It hurts, but hopefully maybe we get it next season. Yeah, no Gallagher, lots of guys, you know, there's lots of guys, Shakir, that we need to, once if things work out, we got some, you know, bookmarks on Twitter, some articles out there that we read, some, you know, these pundits that have talked about, you know, Inter and Premier League and things like that we need to, that we will be there. We will be there if things work out, as Pep would say, we will be there. The first 15 minutes against Atalanta last week was insane. Hopefully we start like that against City. Yeah. Even today, the way we started today, as I said, there was that chance, that was that 1-2 between Lautaro and Lukaku. Bam, bam. Lautaro back into goal. So if we can start with those, that's why I want Lukaku and Lautaro to start. I can understand in terms of, some people are saying that we have to think, I think Matthias said it in the Discord, that, you know, think about it, like, you know how, like, yeah, think about like Roma the other day. I think Sean tweeted it. No, sorry, not Sean. Peach. I think Peach tweeted it, that if Dybala's fit, Jose should start Dybala 100%. But I was thinking that when I saw that tweet, I didn't reply to him, but I was thinking to myself, I would actually, even though Dybala scored, so it probably was the right decision, but imagine if they had Dybala coming into the second half because he wasn't fully fit, and then you have Dybala, you know, coming in the 70th minute or 65th minute, and then you also have extra time, and then penalties, you know, they ended up having to put Mancini and Ibanez, 2 centre-backs, because they didn't have any penalty takers left. You know, Dybala is a penalty taker, and Dybala in extra time would have helped. So but Inzaghi, I don't think Inzaghi thinks like that, but if Inzaghi thinks that we might go into extra time, and then, you know, you have someone like Lukaku coming in, and then, you know, if for potential penalties, Lukaku is, you know, one of the best penalty takers in the world, you know, without doubt, then you can start, you know, making sense of that reasoning. But I don't think, the way Inzaghi, I don't think he's ever thought about a game in 120 minutes like that. But it's a point. There's some logic to that. It's people that are saying that. I need that video of Jay-Z mocking Oasis. Yeah. Oh yeah, there was one, wasn't there? I can't remember what he says in it, but I think I know what you're talking about, Paul. I think I know what you're talking about. It's the last game of the season. We should have Lukaku play the whole game. It's the biggest game of the season. Yeah. Again, like, it's not like Lukaku would be tired. Like, Lukaku, out of all players in this team that should not be tired, there should be Lukaku, Gosens, De Vrij, like guys like that haven't like been like really used too much. Like, you know, even Dumfries, I know he came back tired from the World Cup, but he's not had like a whole season as like being used in the 90 minutes like constantly. Even Brozovic as well. Like, Brozovic had the injuries at the beginning of the season, missed most of the beginning of the season. Then he had a World Cup, but then he got injured again. So some of these guys are not like, you know, completely burnt out. There's guys like Barella this guy Barella's been burnt out for like 2 or 3 years now. Like, Italy, Inter, like constantly power. Even back in the Cagliari days, like playing every single game. Hakan, you know, barely injured, always playing for Inter and Turkey. Lautaro, this guy is still like, you know, he's going to get operated on that ankle. As they said, you know, he's not going to go to international duty with Argentina after the Champions League final. He's going to get an operation on his ankle. There are some of these guys that definitely need, you know, some rest, holiday. But some of these guys, like, they should be like getting into that, you know, best form of the season at the moment. I think you can see that Brozovic today, some of those runs he's making in behind the defense. Like, how many times did Brozovic get into like shooting positions or assisting positions in their box today? It was crazy. You can see that juice in his legs is there now, Brozovic. Similarly to Lukaku, like they're probably the most in form physically in our team right now. But yeah, good. Let's see what did the Cordas get from for his rating? 6.3. Man, he should have got more. He made a massive save. And I thought Barella was actually quite bad when he came on today. I thought Barella was really bad. He made some like bad giveaways and bad passes. I'm surprised Barella got a 7 rating. I thought it was pretty bad impact on the game. But apart from that, I agree. Darmian looking good. Darmian against Atalanta was starting to look a bit tired, a bit, leggy. Which again, he's one of those guys that's probably, he's been used a lot this season. I mean, let's have a look. I'll show you guys. Let's have a look into stats and I'll show you. Let's finish up with a little quiz. I'm going to finish up with a little quiz. Let's see how much you guys, and don't cheat. Do not cheat. So I'm going to pull up stats and I'm going to ask you guys some little questions. Let's see. There's 70 of you here. By the way, leave a thumbs up, guys, before we get into this quiz. Please, helps the algorithm, YouTube algorithm. We got to 6K this season, by the way. For me personally, this season, great. We got to 5K and 6K actually. This season's been amazing. The most growth I've had in one season, because usually I grow like 1K per season, but this season we grew by 2K in one season. So thank you, everyone that's supported the channel. But yeah, let me ask you guys, who is the player with the most minutes, outfield player with the most minutes this season? I'm actually surprised. Let's see if someone who guesses it. Hey, but that Korda's jersey would be a collector's item. When we win the UCN, it'll be 10K. Now I don't want all those casuals. I want real Inter fans. Even if it stays to 6K, I want the real Inter fans. I don't want those casuals to be coming just because we won the UCL. So let's see. Okay, yeah, you guys know Lautaro. Yeah, it's Lautaro. No, Acerbi's right up there. Good guess, Shakir. Hakan's not there because if you remember, Hakan got a little bit of injury, Sean. He was out for like 2 or 3 weeks. And he gets, subbed here and there, doesn't he? But actually, yeah, it's Lautaro with 4,000 minutes and 27. Like, so if we divide 4,027 by 38, let's see what the average is. That doesn't make sense. It says average 105 minutes. How does that make sense? How is he playing? Huh? Am I doing something wrong? 4,027. Oh, wait, is this everything? Oh, yeah. Sorry. This is not just Serie A. That makes sense. So it's not 38 games. This will be divided by 50 games or something. Oh, yeah, Inter played 56 games so far. Okay, let's divide it by 56. That makes more sense. Yeah, 71 minutes or 72. Let's round it up. 72 minutes per game for Lautaro. He's number one. Okay, fair enough. Okay, let me ask you. Okay, outside, don't count. So outside of the Primavera guys, so no Zanotti or Carboni and Cordas. And obviously it's going to be between two guys, isn't it? This answer. Who has played the least minutes? Yeah, no, Lautaro is absolutely crazy. This guy, even before going to the World Cup, even with his ankle problems, did not like pull back on a tackle. He did not, go half and half any game. This guy, Lautaro, is just true heart. Yeah, it's between those two. Guys. I can see the comments. It's between those two. Let's see who got it right. So Sean, Freddie, Shakir are saying Aslani. Nadeem is saying Aslani. Basisa is saying Aslani. Silvio is saying Aslani. Emil is saying Aslani. But actually, it's the other guy. It's Belanova. Only 642 minutes. So congrats to Akash, King Darian, and Viz and Christian. Well, as I said, not Kordas. Kordas only got 25 minutes from today. But it's Belanova. So let's do that. How many games is it? 56 games. So let's divide 642 by 56. Oh God, 11 minutes per game. That's Belanova. Poor guy. Poor guy. That is charity. That is charity minutes. That is charity minutes. Nick Stars got 2 out of 2. Yeah. This is as I was saying, like when we come to, making our end of season rankings and ratings and stuff, the way Inzaghi's used, specifically Bellanova, Aslani, but also Carboni, guys like that. We have to take those things into account because we're with the Inter that we are right now, youth development. I mean, it should always be, even when you're at a top club, like you always need to be developing your youth, but especially in the time that we are in right now, our coach needs to be developing the youth, whether it's for financial reasons in terms of selling them on or actually creating, first team or squad players. But we know why Lukaku's playing so good recently. I would much rather have Aslani play than Gagliardini. Yeah. Let's see now what happens. As we know, like as I said, Bellanova, we don't know if he's staying. Aslani, we know he's staying. Let's see what happens with the Brozovic situation. If Brozovic leaves, then he becomes the vice Hakan. Hakan and him become the the CDMs. Then he has to play more. If Brozovic stays and Hakan stays and things like the competition remains like this, then Inzaghi has to use him as a mezzala more. He cannot just use him as a CDM because otherwise this guy's never going to play, and he can play as a mezzala. His qualities show that he can play as a left centre mid or right centre mid. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Let me see if I have any more questions for you guys in terms of statistics. Question for you, Shams, to play with more assists. Should be Barella, right? Barella will have the most. Well, Serie A is Barella. Total, I would say total probably Barella as well, to be honest. Let's have a look. I mean, how do I get detailed assists? Oh no, actually, it's not Barella. It's actually Lautaro. Yeah, you're right, then, Viz. Lautaro is number 1. He's got 11 assists this season. See, this is one of the things I asked of Lautaro this year to improve, like even if when he doesn't play well, to improve. And yes, Basisa says he's 1 GA away from 40 GA, which is amazing. Best ever season, Lautaro with us. But yeah, Lautaro with 11 assists in all competitions this year. And Barella, Di Marco straight after him, both on 10. That is amazing. Great from Lautaro. Yeah. Hamsik retired today, by the way. Yeah, great player. Definitely one of my favorite Napoli players from that era. All-time famous haircut, the Mohawk. But unfortunately, Milan Skriniar came along afterwards and became my favorite Slovakian player afterwards. I really like Lobotka as well, to be honest. But yeah, Hamsik, shouts out to him. Yeah, really good. That surprised me, actually. Lauti creeping up with the assist there. Really, really nice. Really good. Lautaro and Barella would have more without those scoring slumps. Yeah. For sure. Well, I mean, Lautaro had his own scoring slump, so he shouldn't have gone through his own slump. But yeah, thank you everyone today for joining last ever league stream of the season. It's been a thank you for everyone this season. It's been a good ride, guys. It's been a good ride. Some people maybe found my channel this season. Appreciate you, but I know a lot of you guys have been there for a year, 2 years since I started this channel. So appreciate you all as always. Appreciate the channel members. I'll be doing a giveaway for channel members as well, by the way, guys. So if you want to join up the membership, it's the right time to do it because I'll be doing a giveaway this before the Champions League final. So keep a lookout on the community posts, things like that, because I'll be doing a giveaway for members only. And yeah, even if you're not a member, I appreciate your support. People that donated anything, every thumbs up, people that just leave a thumbs up, I appreciate you. People that comment, I appreciate you. Even if you're a silent watcher, some of you creeps that are just watching and not commenting or doing anything, I still appreciate you because at least you're still giving me a view and things like that. Hey, Freddie, yeah, you've been long time supporter. I appreciate you, bro, since the Sempre Into days. Real one, true OG. Thank you, Sean, for your banter on Twitter all the time as well. Lovely guy. Make sure you guys follow him up. Salute to you as well, White Suburban Kid. Lurkers, yeah, that's the right word actually, not creepers, lurkers. Thanks for another season. No, thank you, Eduardito. Since Conte's first season, Balkan Warrior, yeah, it's been here with us. But yeah, appreciate you all as always, guys. Please leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. As I said, content will be coming, guys, in the upcoming days. Champions League preview. There's another video that I'm working on. Is more like it's a Primavera. I'll give you a sneak peek as a Primavera profile. I don't know if I'm gonna make it a regular thing on the channel, but if you guys like it, maybe I will. So I'm gonna do a Primavera profile of one of the players from our youth team. I thought we were going to see him today, but we didn't get to see him today. But yeah, I'll be doing that. So keep a lookout for that. Shorts, as you guys have been seeing, I've been doing more and more shorts, like translating content, like these interviews that you see, like Italian speaking. I want, just because you guys don't speak Italian, but I don't want you guys to be missing out. So I try to translate stuff for you guys as well. So I hope you guys enjoy that stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not going to reveal who it is. Don't worry. You'll see in the next coming days. And yeah, I'm trying to get, I'm DMing, some Inter players, not like first team players. I'm DMing some Inter youth players to see if I can get them onto the channel to, do an interview, something like that. That would be a dream, but I'm working on it. But yeah, don't worry. Summer will be busy as always is. This summer, I think, will be more interesting in terms of. Actually, last summer was quite interesting in incomings. When you remember last season, I think by June we made so much incoming transfer, then like everything else was like outgoing afterwards. But I think this summer will be quite interesting. But yeah, guys, keep a lookout on the channel. DM gags, yeah, I wouldn't mind interviewing a Gagliardini, but I'm trying to do it like yeah, you can DM Gagliardini for me. Let him know that you're such a big fan. I wouldn't mind, but I doubt he speaks English. I would like to do it with an English. I can do it. I can do an Italian speaking interview because I can speak Italian, but then there'll be a pain for me to do the translation. So I'd prefer to do it with an English speaking guy. Hey, Zach Vogel, what's up? Been watching the FB Pokal final, but it's practically over now. Anyway, Lukaku assists. Yes, sir. He is getting into form right in the right time of the season, brother. But yeah, thank you everyone that came through, watched. Appreciate you all. Ciao ragazzi. Always Forza Inter. We are going to Istanbul. Pep, Rodri, Holland, we're coming for you. Watch out. Watch this space. Ciao ragazzi. Forza Inter.